On the main story of the Saboteur of the Paradise, you will need to choose a side from either the Minister Milverstreet or the Officer Carr. If you choose to side with Minister Milverstreet, you will have to finish two quest lines. The first is the quest called A Refreshing Bit of News. Then the last one will be the Brain Benders of Anti-Choice. After citing to Milverstreet, you will need to go to the Ministry of Accuracy to find Inez and talk to her.
Ain't as tough as you thought. Hey you! Get over here before you get yourself killed. No, you ain't got what I need. And you can't come stumbling around here looking like prey. These raps ain't had a bite to eat since their pods dropped from the look of it. And a desperate rapt is a dangerous rapt. Yeah? Well, I'm Trooper Silong. Inez, former combat medic, Enhanced Soldier Division. Now just a menial troubleshooter who looks to have gotten her job swept out from under her. They're always counting me out. Every single one of them. And now, they ain't even letting me finish the jobs they send me on. Kinda making it hard to prove myself here. And this rep didn't even have anything that could help my graft. This whole thing's a wash. Sick of it. I know, I ain't blaming you. That's part of climbing the ladder. Ain't but one rung at the bottom, and everyone's keen to get a foothold. Can't exactly afford to be picky about the jobs that come my way neither. Considering my condition, options are limited. If you had, you'd know. Unless you're accustomed to seeing folk roaming around with exposed muscle fibers or stunted extra limbs on their backs. Other than punch a hole in my arm, I'm considered a liability. Everyone in Fairfield reckons my time will come soon too. But I'm still mostly upright. For now. As do I. I just know I can do more for Auntie and for the war. Weren't many of us crafted soldiers to begin with. No. Enhanced Soldier Division. But I only been able to treat my own ailments thanks to Doc Tinsley in Fairfield. She worked for the She's bound by contract to work on whatever task Fairfield's illustrious leader set her to. Nothing else. Get the feeling. Anyhow, think I'll return. Good luck in there.
After talking to Inez, you will need to find the mental refreshment information on the terminal. After that, you will need to head back and talk to Minister Milverstreet.
Huh?
Bad Trooper Silong, no mind. The individuality encouraged by Auntie's choice sometimes inspires employees to speak out of How has your progress been? Have you acquired what we discussed? Excellent! Pleased that someone in my employ can be relied upon. Here, have one of my finest suits as a token of thanks. May it aid in your capture of hearts and minds.
Again, you gave away my job and told my replacement to send me home. That don't make me wayward, and it sure as shit don't make me unreliable. If this contract weren't staying my hand, I reckon you'd be answering to it right about now. That's surely the most tempting offer I've heard all day.
Please pay this disgruntled employee no mind. What would she do without Auntie's hand to guide her if she were unemployed? I should think death a preferable alternative.
That's it. I'd rather be a down and outer for the rest of my life than crushed under your counterfeit leather boa boot a second longer. I quit!
What? I have done nothing to deserve such barbaric treatment. This is unheard of, and I might add, you'll not be welcome with an Auntie's choice once more. We'll not take a contract shirker back into our fold.
So you say, but Auntie's choice ain't seen a trooper like me before. You'll regret counting me out. Till then, I hope you choke on your mock apple martinis. If you're serious about that job offer, come find me when you're done with this clown.
She will most assuredly regret her decision, most assuredly. Now, if you're quite finished urging others to assault my headwear, let's move on. The acquisition of this information is but the first part of my plan to bring our foes into the fold and to ensure my future. The second is my operation in Westport. I should have known better than to try to bait an individualist. I shall speak openly then. Bringing Westport to heel will deliver me not only my future, but the tools to aid you in your endeavor to enter the Vox station. Verily, I've a kit of supplies to aid you, items to cajole or to dissuade. Sabotage the town or sway the citizenry. The choice is yours. Should pose no trouble for a go-getter like you. Excellent. Here's the kit. Advertisement tapes, ambidextrine, assorted stimulants, free samples of That I shall mark the locale. Begin with the Vigilant Hogarth. Now, I'm sure you've asked yourself for it. Well, wonder no longer. For the completion of this deed, I'm prepared to offer you an exact replica of my one-of-a-kind. Then consider yourself officially deputy. Be forewarned. I can only guess at the needs of the denizens of Westport. You must engage with them, gauge their situation. Only then can you... Do I look like Officer Carr to you? Guns.
Before you proceed to the next quest, don't forget to talk to Inez to recruit her as a companion. You don't really need Inez on your party on this quest line, but I do recommend you keep Niles on your party because he has his own companion quest nearby on the next quest line, which you can do as well.
Someone ought to head back to mind the ship.
Acknowledge. After you.
After recruiting Inez, you will need to go to the Westport to talk to Vigilant Hogarth to convince him to join Auntie's choice.
Our enemies envy our prosperity, disdain our sense of community. They sneer
Well.
our contentment.
At least it's not shooting the water.
Simply saying I'd rest easier if you'd been assigned to it. Originally. Much better, I suppose?
Greetings. It is my esteemed pleasure to welcome you to Westport, once a shining testament to protectorate excellence, now a picturesque example of the evils of corporatism. But where are my manners? We do not have much, but please let me offer you some victuals. Tut. I insist. Serving Unit 1. Something for the visitor at once?
Confirmative.
Perhaps you're wondering why I'd open my arms thusly for a stranger. Simple. As the guiding light for humankind, we always put our best foot forward, regardless of circumstance.
Food is nutritious and plentiful. We have everything we
I believe something still can be done. This town can be... What?
Comestibles served.
We of the Protectorate pride ourselves on our mech programming. Among the Vigilant, it is even. We are not miracle workers, however. Without parts to work with, we've no hope of remaking our mechs to do We need repair mechs, domestic mechs, not combat ones. Serving Unit 1 here is about as much as can be accomplished without replacement parts.
The matriarch chose Eden because she recognized it as the perfect ecosystem.
if I can return the settlement to a reasonable facsimile of its previous glory, the arbiters might see fit to penalize only.
Look around. If the Protectorate wanted to do right by you, you wouldn't be starving and wallowing in this metal quagmire. You want to help your people? Go to Fairfield.
Fairfield? Why, they're the reason we're in this mess. You'll forgive me for questioning such timely offers of generosity and kindness. No thank you, not interested. I owe it to every single person here to try.
Invasive species can unbalance even the most robust ecosystem, like those nettlesome raptidons or the base individual.
Of course. Abandon every last ideal to climb the rungs of the corporate ladder. A trifling matter to be executed with an insouciant air.
Well, it's either that or die here with all dignity tossed asunder. Be smart. Take the deal.
Nobody needs go anywhere. Not when we can still save Westport. We of the Protectorate endure as one, regardless of any hardships we must face. I have the aid of key pillars of our community. Several persons of note and good character who stand with and by me. And our town still functions. Our automechs are still running, mostly. We have a generator to power them, fresh water, the reassuring voice of everyone's neighbor Prudence wafts from our loudspeakers. Under Protectorate law, we are bound to inform you that you have entered a recreant locality. Record states as follows. I don't know. Look, I've entertained these fool notions of yours long enough. There's no use pursuing such a fruitless line of thinking further. I have a brighter future in mind for Westport, one you can help with, in fact, rather than dwelling on dark maybes and scenarios of worst imagining. Not the first to question my judgment, nor the last, I suppose. Let us talk plainly. What would it take to secure your aid?
Everyone knows the paradigm epitomizes the pinnacle of social
Certainly. What would you like to know? I know as an outsider you may not be able to understand this, but the structure of ours was to protect Westport when Aunties attacked us, with our lives if the situation necessitated it. As you can see, we failed. We're also tasked with leading the rest of the subjects, but now that I've become a traitor, the only guidance... Is there anything else? That's abundantly kind of you, though there must be something I can offer. Enough to lead and inspire those who work there, once at least. I was previously the ranking... in exchange... Never dream of such a proposal in days of reason and... Wonderful. The parts can be found at the Euphoria. To get inside, you will need an access pass from the Ministry of Accuracy. Since we have all... Farewell now.
On this part, you will see two optional quests. You can do both, but you only need to do one from the two. So I'll divide this into two parts. First quest line will be for sabotaging the Westport infrastructure, which I do recommend since it's a lot more easier to do. Then the second one, I'll show the Secure Westport Defections questline. To start sabotaging the Westport infrastructure, you will need to get the keycard for the broadcast facility. Just follow this direction to get the keycard. Now we will head to the broadcasting station using the keycard we got and sabotage the broadcast. Your next goal is to sabotage the generator providing power to the automechs. Just head over to this location to go to the generator.
Auntie's choice. We don't pre-select your assignment at birth. It's true.
Why do those advertisements never stop?
In fact, the former protected subjects now abiding in Fairfield. Unfettered personal freedom pervades
And lastly, you will need to add skin powder to the water purifier. Just go to this location to find the purifier.
Danger. I'm a get up and go getter. Whoosh! That's the sound of me.
Yeah.
We're now moving to the alternate quest, which is to secure Westport defection. Just go to Curativist Rowe on this location. So this is a totally skippable quest, but if you want an extra experience, you might want to do it as well.
You walked in here under your own steam and appear reasonably free of cuts, burns, or weeping lesions. So, I assume you're presently devoid of mortiferous injuries. Good. Because we've got more of that than we can handle. Don't suppose you have any medical supplies to spare, do you? That you might kindly consider donating? Oh, no thank you. Not looking for anything that does more harm than good. I have enough ailments to manage already. From what I've heard about Auntie's medicaments, might poison a patient or cause them to grow an extra head or something. Never know what they're testing out on you.
My extra parts aren't side effects. That's your implication. And anyhow, I should think some minor side effects would be preferable to dying.
Ah, you do look like you know what you're talking about. All right. On behalf of my patients and I, thank you. We're all grateful. Guess outsiders aren't all just base individualists like they say on the wireless. Barring this being some tricky sales strategy, that is. This is a good start, but I fear it won't last long. Wouldn't happen to know a reliable means to procure more, would you? They'd sell to us? Those medicaments you gave us before? No, never. You must think me easily hoodwinked. Our societies are sworn enemies. You almost make that sound reasonable. Under a highly skewed, morally vacuous light. Not seeing a wealth of options here at present. I can watch my patients die, then face execution, or we can resettle elsewhere and remain alive. I lean toward the latter. The abandoned section of Westport ought to have some supplies. Should be enough medicaments down there to help our injured survive the trip to Fairfield. It's perilous, though. Plenty of the structures below are still submerged. Others, ones that escaped being flooded. If I were you, I'd try to sneak past the crabbles out there. All right.
Next is follow this direction to talk to Charlton.
The matriarch and sovereign appeared right out of the aether, just as I imagine our proud sentinels do. Like, here I am, your innermost thoughts are known to me, and nobody once hears from you again. Caught me reciting passages from a beacon to the cosmos, illustrating my steadfast fidelity. All subjects prosper under the guidance of our beneficent ruler, the sovereign. That part always hits me directly. To quote my personal log, an essential passage, rightful and true. Charlton Weintrot. Did I? Not again. Oh, this? It's a birthmark, skin condition, both, about which I am rather sensitive, thank you very kindly. Say, you are every bit you seem, yes? Thoroughly on the up and up and in no way a hidden agent? It is widely known that a sentinel is required to stand revealed before rendering judgment. Why, a plot point about that featured prominently in the latest episode of I, Red Cloak.
Of course you believe everything on the Aether Wave. I guess it would be stranger if you didn't swallow the propaganda, even if it does take some heavy dramatic license.
Everyone knows the
Well, you appear to be far more fluent with Sentinel procedure than I. Veiled implication understood. If you'll excuse me, I best return to my work tasks. If you were a Sentinel, or in some Sentinel-adjacent role, I'd of course be honored to have you inspect my belongings. Unfortunately, my house is currently besieged by Crabbles. In any case, back to it.
Next is head over to the head mechanist Pinckney. Just make sure that you already finished the sabotaging the broadcast station.
Got something on my mind. Did you hear that message over the loudspeakers? About choosing your chosen profession? That Milverstreet fellow said in Fairfield you can, if I understood correctly, opt for any job you show proficiency. Could that truly be true? Or is it a base falsity foisted by Auntie's choice to, you know, undermine Protectorate subjects' unflagging resolve? You don't say. Huh. So it's only here with our perfect society that it works our way. How fortunate for us all to benefit from such judicious guidance. That's a right intriguing proposition. I do wonder what it's like to have a choice about things. If it weren't for Vigilant Hogarth, I do believe I'd scupper off to, well, you know where. Yeah, you convince him, I'm in. But I owe him enough I wouldn't abandon him for nothing.
Now we will need to go outside Westport to visit the Crabbles village. It's just located on northwest of the Westport. So there's a village over there and you will need to find Rowe's medicine and discover what's the color purple behind Charlton's mouth. So we need 4 medicine and the first medicine is located on this part. After that, we will be heading to Charlton's house to get one more medicine and also discover what's behind all this purple color on his mouth. Inside his house, just interact with the terminal and read all of the options behind this terminal to gather information about Charlton. And also don't forget to loot some of the purple berry lunch just to make sure that you have evidence. Then grab the medicine over the chest. And since you're here, don't forget the peach bull card just near the table. And next one is to find 2 more medicine to complete the 4 medicine that Rowe needs.
The Outlander I spoke with before. What brings you back around? Why, that's wonderful. I'm actually quite relieved a fellow customer like yourself somehow saw through my carefully maintained act. Others in Westport fail to perceive my true nature. I am hardly one of the herd around here. A reference you'll no doubt recognize from those keen Auntie's Choice commercials. The same ones I immoderately reference. You likely guessed their influence right off, what with my assertive attitude and all. I laugh at danger. I hand-make my own luck. That character is a revelation. You and I are just like him. Get up and go-getters. Say, did Auntie's Choice send you here? Don't fret. I am exceedingly skilled at keeping secrets. how I've waited to hear those words. Anything I might help with at present? Really? What was he like? Bold, assertive, with a wildly obstreperous theatrical air? An audacious proposal. Yet this place, despite its recent humidity, remains comfortable and familiar. With a full case, I might gorge upon such sweet goodness morning, noon, and night. All right, hand it over. Oh, but what would Vigilant Hogarth say? What would everyone say? I can scarcely imagine it. Abandoning my community only to satisfy my gastronomical urges and risk-taking attitude. No, I couldn't leave unless Hogarth ordered everyone to go. Righto. Well, you seem rather confident. Best of luck, I suppose.
People have been complaining about those ads playing. Don't know what we'd do if we didn't have you and the Vigilant looking out for us. Well, now, that should do nicely. Thank you. Hope those Crabbles didn't give you too much trouble. I recognize these patients require more care than I'm able to provide here. Seems like in Fairfield, I can get them the help they require. The one last additional thing we'll need is for Vigilant Hogarth to agree to it. It's less a concern about disloyalty and more my respect for his abilities. He's a skilled leader, and we could sorely use his aid, from coordinating logistics to keeping up morale. I'll surely have my hands full with my patients. His presence on the journey would save lives. See you when I see you.
You can now head back to Vigilant Hogarth to convince him to relocate on Fairfield.
Speak your mind.
So much in this delicious cost-cutting measure, we're rushing it to market.
Thought you'd agreed to help us, not those corporate heathens. Not my favorite topic of discourse, but I do like the cut of your jib. Very well. State your piece.
What nature made accidentally, we created on purpose.
My people are prepared to die. As subjects of the Protectorate, we are born to give our lives to the Sovereign, whether he asks for them or not. Things are fine. Everyone's fine. They deserve better.
You're a rugged spacefaring
Huh.
frontier's person type. Try it.
They do, don't they?
Voices screaming in your head not to.
I've tried to tell myself it's better to die a subject of the Great Protectorate than live a life driven by freedom, but you may be right. Regardless, now that we're all traitors, they really don't need my permission, but if they want it, they shall have it. My former subjects are free to live an empty life with Auntie's choice. I'll make an announcement. Order them to depart for Fairfield, but I will be staying. Should I? Haven't I failed them enough for one lifetime? No. I will stay here and loyally await the judgment I richly deserve.
I stay hungry.
Auntie's Choice Stay Hungry Meal Pack. Whoever said humanity can't exist on bread and water never met.
Adherents are expected to hold firm to the end. Such is the degree of our devotion.
Sliced bread and dehydrated water tablets. Specially designed to be eaten alone at your desk.
The bare minimum you need to make it through your day.
Show your supervisor you stay hungry. Nature.
Oh, come now. I am a vigilant of the Protectorate. I have endured untold hardships, countless battles. What's a little avatar? Oh, it never stops. The tumult of duplicitous lies. You're right. I can't withstand this inane onslaught much longer alone. At least in Fairfield, I'll have company in adversity. Unsure how I'll endure such an empty existence. Perhaps, if I offer my old subjects periodic advice, our sense of community may somehow, despite the wiles of commercialism, remain. All right, then. Suppose it's time to make my announcement.
Subjects now abiding in Fairfield are free to choose any vocation they like and change occupations at the slightest of whims. This wildly unfettered...
Attention, everyone. Attention. I, Vigilant Ogden Hogarth, hereby do order all subjects under my command to abandon the settlement of Westport at the earliest possible juncture. You are to depart for the township of Fairfield, safely and together. Once there, you are to appeal to local authorities for citizenship with Auntie's choice. Thereupon, you are thus and forevermore relieved of your duties as subjects of the Protectorate. This is a direct order from your Vigilant and is not to be questioned and cannot be countermanded. Now see to your preparations. I will join you shortly.
And finally, you can now head back to Minister Milverstreet and report back, then get your reward.
Guests have just arrived. Here, a considerable reward for your considerable efforts. From the hushed grumblings of the refugees, I've gathered that you, perhaps aided Westport's departure into inhospitability. Sometimes the harshest moves are the most necessary. I've two minds about the convertees. Anyone with eyes can see they need guidance, but a pernicious system is not easily abandoned. Have you any thoughts? Trust will take time to build, time and patience. But that is an investment I am ready to make. You've given me a great deal to think about. I am in your debt. I cannot overstate what a capital compatriot you've been, my friend. Now be off. I've many refugees to see to. Plan is such a strong word. Let's call it a hunch. Consider this your first lesson in propaganda. Find whatever your target desires most and use it towards your own ends. Speak with Vigilant Hogarth in the building beside the saloon. He was in charge around here before we arrived. I have no doubt he knows vital information to the Vox's functioning. Now, should you ever find yourself visiting the ACS Undisputed Claim, do come see me. I've no doubt that when we next meet, I'll have risen 6 ranks, at least. Farewell!
And in case you want to visit Vigilant Hogarth, he is located on this house.